when you say one round and it's like you could do distributions, you could do secondaries
Totally.
for the next rounds, that's a little murkier than like just build superpowers and go gigantic.
Yeah.
And that's the focus angle. And I don't know if I'm like drawing this correctly, but in my head those are the two paths that feel at tension with.
I hear what you're saying. I don't feel that same tension because I think that optionality is totally at your discretion. Like, you know, the one thing that I hear from like venture scale founders that haven't been raised, that are kind of off that traditional fundraising track, is like everything is opportunistic. All this inbound that they get to choose whether to engage with it or not. All of this acquisition interest that they get to choose to engage with it or not. And so the optionality is just when you've gone all in on that sequential, you know, kind of treadmill path of building your business, you lose all that optionality.
Yeah.
You know, in many respects, like you're watching a bench like disappear overnight.
Yeah.
Right? You're seeing these companies and you're thinking, well, you created real value. Like, why did that have to go to zero? It's because venture wants you to believe that it's a binary outcome that you're working towards. And I guess what I see the focus enabling is that you have these checkpoints every
Scale.
yes along the way, and they're purely at your discretion.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, GitHub did end up selling. They sold for like $5 billion, but like
Scale.
yeah, at that scale.
Yeah, right.
But they had full optionality to do. They raised, but they raised $1 billion valuation.
Yeah.
I think what I'm trying to do in that framing too is like think a lot about like that Eleanor Roosevelt quote, right? Like they talk about people, they talk about ideas, like I think, you know, to me it's like the best people talk about building and ideas. The middle people talk about like execution, and then the lowest vibration of it all is like fundraising. And I think I just think we spend way too much time. That's like the lowest vibration conversation that we have in startups. And so trying to kind of elevate it to is like a higher vibration where you're talking about like, here's the things we actually really care about. And when you see your friends or when you see people you admire start to contort to try to fit into this thing because that's what the investors need it to be, I think we lose a lot in that. And I think if you look at just the numbers as they've been playing out, right? Like 90% of sub-Series B companies aren't raising money. And these are the exact same companies that were just chasing venture months ago.
Yep.
But it's not there for them. And it's not there for them in many respects because they ended up building something for the wrong customer. They ended up building something for the investor. It drives me crazy when I look and see this world we just came through where money was essentially free, it was flowing in the streets, everything was getting funded. We had, you know, the venture market it tripled in size, and yet we ended up with roughly the exact same number of breakout companies. And so you tell me, is like money the problem?